I'll have a cloth. I'll have a cloth and I'll make cloth. I'll make cloth out of that cloth.
You stumped me. You stumped me here. I don't know what is the difference between cloth and clothes. What is the difference?
Every time no one gets late, but this time Mother Sir also got late.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Hamisha. In fact, today I see that the camera is placed very close to you. Generally, you'll have your camera at a very long distance. Today you're having very close to yourself, so I can clearly see your face, and I can't see the Hanuman's painting at the back of you. So generally, in all my sessions, I can see that. That's Hanuman's painting, isn't it?
No, that is Lord Krishna's painting.
Oh my God, that's Lord Krishna because at the back of it, I can see a tail, a painting of a tail. And that is the reason I thought that it might be Hanuman.
That is the
So,
tail of a cow. I'll show.
okay, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Got it, got it. Okay. Who drew that?
No one drew that. That is a wallpaper.
That's a wallpaper. Okay, fine. So, Havisha, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm also doing great. In fact, today when do you have something interesting to? In fact, I generally I ask people what they want to talk about, but I have never spoken to you that way. I always initiate a conversation when I speak with you. But today I am asking you: is there something that you're very interested in talking about?
Yes, it is, but I'm fine with other talks also.
Yeah, tell me one thing that you're very interested because I would want to talk about what you are interested in.
I like to talk about spirituality.
Oh my God, spirituality. Okay.
When
Okay.
find rare.
Yeah, pardon. Could you repeat that, please?
I find rare topics there.
You find rare topics. Okay, fine. Now, see, okay, let me just little bit talk about spirituality. What is that one figure in Indian spirituality that you are almost always inspired by?
One figure. Sorry, sir. I did not understand your question
Now,
properly.
when I say one figure, now figure means I'm talking about who is that one person. Okay, I'm telling that person as figure. Who is that one person in Indian spirituality or the books that you read that you're very impressed with, that you take a lot of learning from in your life?
I'm impressed. Well, I can say that in that you're talking about that in spirituality or how I'm inspired to get into spirituality.
No, 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 not about how you're inspired to get into a spirituality. Now, see, you told me that last time when we talked about spirituality, you told you read books on Mahabharata, Ramayana, and Bhagavad Gita as well. You read that. So in these books, there are a lot of characters. Okay, in Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Bhagavad Gita, there's Krishna. Uh, who inspires you a lot? That is what I want to know.
I liked then when Krishna was small, he would. There was a place in Vrindavan. That place, all the people there, I like them the most.
Okay, fine. Now, when you go to Jaipur, generally Mathura is in UP, but you live in Rajasthan.
Yeah,
You live in Jaipur, but have you visited any spiritual place? I know you're interested in spirituality, but have you visited any spiritual place? Because there are many spiritual places in Bangalore as well. I don't know whether you have visited any.
yeah. There's a Melkotte also in Karnataka only. So
Huh.
I think today my mother and some other people are also planning to go. But apart
Yes.
from, I think at after there's a day of in which it is Ekadashi. So I think
Yeah.
in that or after that Ekadashi we will go to Melkotte and Kaveri River.
Yes.
Or other than that, I have also visited Vrindavan, the place where I just like the
Oh
most.
my
But
God, you have visited Vrindavan? I didn't know about that one. Okay. Tell me, what was it that you found very fascinating in that place, Vrindavan? Because I personally haven't visited that place at all.
Okay, but actually, I was visited Vrindavan, but when I was a bit small. But my mother still tells story what happened there in the Govardhan Parikrama, or go
Yeah.
it Parikrama means going around that Govardhan. It's hill, or I can say a mountain, which we
Yeah.
go around it. So that we call it Parikrama. So there I was small, and my father took me on his shoulders and went. After some times, I think something went on his feet, something don't know its name in English, but yeah,
Okay.
something came. So he made me sit in the rickshaw, and then we did it. I took only one,
Oh.
others took two.
So you went around that Govardhan. Now, what is the significance of Govardhan Parvat? In Krishna's life, just tell me, when does that Govardhan Parvat incident happen? What did Krishna do with Govardhan Parvat? Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember. He lifted the Govardhan mountain because a Parvat, actually it was raining, because first people were worshipping Indra, the god of rain. Then
Yes.
Krishna stopped it and remarked that why do you worship the Indra? You should worship the Govardhan Parvat. Indra is just doing the job of giving rains to us. So we
Yeah.
should worship Govardhan Parvat. It gives us a green, it is green. It gives us it lets our cows to graze in its sweet grass.
Yes.
So all the people agree to this, and they started worshipping Govardhan with lots of excitement. So but Indra got angry that why are they worshipping Govardhan. So a storm came in Vrindavan. It was a flood came. So everybody was crying for help. Then Krishna lifted a Govardhan as if a cauliflower, I can say. He lifted it, and then everywhere it was like an
Yeah, he
umbrella.
lifted like a cauliflower, you want to tell. And that too on his little finger. He lifted the entire Govardhan Parvat on his little finger. Yes.
Yeah, or I can say the tip of his little finger.
Yes, at the tip of his, absolutely. But do you remember how many days was he standing like that with the Govardhan Parvat on the tip of his finger?
7 days.
Wow. Okay, 7 days. Wow, that is very nice. That is very nice. And after 7 days, Indra got pacified. I mean, Indra gave up. I think he realized that, okay, Krishna is a bigger god. He is the god of gods. And so I should accept my defeat and stop the rain. Is that what Indra did?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'll tell you one interesting fact, Havisha, regarding this. Have you, in fact, since you're from Jaipur, you might have heard about this term, Chappan Bhog. Have you heard about this?
Chappan bhog. I
Yes.
think it's like many types of many types of ingredients, many types of foods, and chappan is a number in Hindi, right? 66
Yes, yes.
something.
51,
So,
52, 53, Chappan, 56. 56 is known as Chappan.
so 56 food items, different food items are given to God. So that we call chappan bhog.
Absolutely. And do you know what is the connection between Chappan Bhog and Krishna carrying the Govardhan Parvat on the tip of his hand?
Yeah, it must be the chappan bhog, because when it was Govardhan Puja, it was many types of dishes were prepared.
Yes, absolutely. You know what is this? You're partly correct. In fact, why do we call Chappan Bhog is when Krishna lifted this Govardhan Parvat on the tip of his finger, he missed 56 meals. Okay, Krishna missed 56 meals because he was carrying the mountain on the tip of the finger, and that is the reason uh, to honor Krishna missing 56 meals during those 7 days. We say whenever we get our guests at home, we say, okay, you come to our home, Chappan Bhog we will prepare. And Chappan Bhog is an absolutely delicious, a very, very large meal with so many wonderful things. And that is exactly the meaning of Chappan Bhog. It's connected to Krishna missing those 56 meals during the time that he carried the Govardhan.
Okay.
Okay. Did you know about this one?
No, I did not know about this one.
But have you heard about the Chappan Bhog?
Yeah, I have heard about chappan bhog.
have you tasted chappan bhogs? I mean, generally, when either at your home or in your village, when you go to Jaipur, have you heard this maybe in your hotel or maybe your dadi or your nani speaking about that? We will have a chappan bhog meal and all that stuff.
I think once my mother was talking about Chappan Bhog or something in my house. We were
Uh,
talking about it. That's why I just heard Chappan Bhog, and
okay.
Chappan must be something in Hindi, so I guessed it. That's
Okay. I'm asking you, do you know how to count in Hindi? Because you seem to not know still. I'm sure in your class, in your school, you have Hindi as a second language because that's your language.
yeah. I don't know how to count in Hindi, but I know to count in English.
Of course, you know how to count in English. You speak English so well. I'm assuming that you know how to count in English as well. But Hindi, until what you can count? Until what number can you count?
I can count till 10, and I can also speak a little parts of 20.
Oh, okay. Speak a little parts of 20. In fact, I've never asked you. Since you're from Bangalore, how well are you exposed to Kannada language, the local language? Do you speak any Kannada at all?
No, I don't speak Kannada, but I know a word of Kannada illa means no.
Illa, okay. But when you go to school, what is the primary language that you use to communicate with your friends and talk to them?
I use English and mostly.
Mostly English. Okay, that's correct. That's good. That's good. And in your locality, the house that you stay in, I'm sure you must have a lot of friends around. And with them, what is the language that you communicate in?
Hindi.
Hindi again. Okay. Are you interested in knowing more languages like Kannada also? And of course, Hindi is, you know that, English you're learning and you know that. But are you
I,
interested?
if it is necessary, I will learn them. It would be good. And if it is not necessary, then why to have some extra things?
Oh, I see. Why to have extra things if it's not necessary? That's a nice theory. That's very nice. Okay, fine. I would want to ask some questions related to today's topic. Okay, we spoke a little bit about spirituality, and today's topic. Have you seen that winning the lottery?
Yeah,
Okay. Now tell me, Havisha, if you won a lottery, what all? How will you spend that money?
as I'm a kid, I don't know how to spend money properly. I'm
Uh-huh.
not introduced. My mother has give me a gulak, and I have not spent a rupee till now. So
Yeah, I know that. I know you right now you're very young to expose yourself to dealing in money. Okay. But let us think. Let's be a little bit creative and think, okay, fine. If I had some money, I'll spend on this, this, and this. So just think about it. Imaginary situation where you get some money, and I would want you to tell what all will you spend on? Some of your favorite things. Tell anything that you want.
I would buy a house in my favorite place, as I said,
Mhm.
and I would buy a house and I would live there happily. And then I could also buy a beautiful. We have a temple in which I don't think we have much beautiful clothes for, so I will buy beautiful clothes. Or no, I'll have a cloth. I'll have a cloth, and I'll make cloth. I'll make cloth out of that cloth.
You stumped me. You stumped me here. I don't know what is the difference between cloth and clothes. What is the difference?
Cloth is as a material, and cloth is as the clothes we wear.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you for your teachings. That's a new word for me. I never knew that you can just change a little bit of cloth and it becomes something that you can wear also. Okay, that's good. So, where would you want to buy your house in with the money that you have?
In my favorite place, which is in Uttar Pradesh, generally Vrindavan.
Generally in Vrindavan again. Okay, on Govardhan Parvat. Do you mean to say that on Govardhan Parvat somewhere?
We make houses. It's not. We don't make houses on in Vrindavan. There is no house in Govardhan because in Govardhan it is considered to be a form of Krishna only. So I'll not make on Govardhan. I'll make on the simple streets, or I can say normal houses wherever it is, like buildings.
Okay, fine. Are you going to share some money with your brother and sister?
I'll give a quarter of that.
Okay, you'll give a quarter to your sister, you'll give a quarter to your brother, so you keep the half of that money.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. And clothes also. You told that you will buy some cloth and you'll make clothes out of it.
Yeah, but
Nice.
together I would the things I would want to buy would be, I can say it will be not a quarter, half and a quarter.
Oh,
because
I see.
because my sister is also has the interest like me in spirituality, so she will
Okay,
also buy things like that whatever I buy. So it's obvious that she whatever things I want to buy she will also buy, and she
okay,
listens, so she'll also buy whatever I want, so I can have that money. It
okay.
doesn't.
But you told me that you don't like watching movies, you don't celebrate birthdays also. So not much interest in buying dolls or probably things to play with. What about your sister? Is she interested in birthdays, dolls, books? Of course, books, everybody is interested. I think if you're interested, I think your sister is also interested in books, isn't it?
She doesn't know much reading, so she is not able to read spiritual books. So she has not relished the taste of reading those types of books, but she has relished the terrible taste of reading red books.
Oh, okay, okay. The ones that she has already read, she rereads it.
Yeah, she has to read it. She has relished that terrible taste.
Okay. Why do you call it a terrible taste?
It's
What kind of books?
Isn't it boring in the school also there is a book which textbook, so in we just go through it every time. Isn't it boring? She has to
Yeah.
wait through everything.
Yes, yes, yes. I know it's very boring, but she's such a young kid and she has to grow to your age in order to understand better. And I think once she understands better, I think even she will read Sudhamurthy's books, the ones that you love, and the all the other books that you read. And in fact, by that time, you would have graduated to a bigger quality book. You would have gone to difficult level books, difficult English, better English. So we all improve with time, and I'm sure your sister will catch up.
Yeah, I also think so. My mother also does this only, that one day she'll do this and that.
Yes, yes. What's your sister's name and your brother's name?
My sister's name is Harika and my brother's name is Keshav, and in school we call him Harikesh, or his real name is Keshav.
Harikesh. Oh, Harikesh. Okay. And I don't think he can read or talk. Can your brother talk now?
He can talk but he cannot read.
He cannot read, of course, too young. And I was talking about you dividing money between you and your sister and your brother. Your sister will buy, just like you, spiritual places, maybe a building in Vrindavan. Now, your brother is too young to buy anything. Is there something that you would want to buy for him?
Oh, whatever he says, that only I have to buy. But as it is his money, so and you know what will he buy? He will just buy toys. It should be old and it will be nothing. It just be wastage of time. I just feel that because if we buy a toy, if we buy a blue, I have a black color car just in front of me. So if we buy a car,
Okay.
toy car.
Okay.
So after some time, what will happen to that car? It will be nothing. We'll play for how much days? 1 days, 2 days, 3 days. Only 3 days, I can say. Maximum or minimum 3 days. Maximum 3 days we will play. After that, it will be nothing.
It'll
It'll just
just
like
keep aside.
it'll just be a heap of garbage. So it will not. We will never be satisfied.
My dear friend, where have you been? Where have you gone?